You're texting, there's no tonality.
Yeah.
It could be a level of tonality in the sense that obviously
Add a low
exactly, he's got a book of how to text. If that's an area you're weak on, let me know, man. We also specialize in that area.
Back with another banger.
Obviously, it's your boy MrCV. I'm back again. I saw this message and I thought, you know what, I had to discuss this because it's something that needs to be discussed in terms of obviously respect. Let me just read out the text. So a guy and a girl met somewhere, I don't know where they met, maybe at a party, exchanged numbers, and through that exchange of numbers they was texting each other, and this is what the guy actually said. The guy said, every man likes to see a woman looking good. Chilling with me, you will have a good night regardless. Also, if a woman doesn't get her hair, makeup and nails done to see me, she doesn't respect me as a man, which I won't entertain. Wow.
What did the girl say?
You know what? Before I get to what the girl says, let me read the part. The critical part for me was, if a woman doesn't get her hair, makeup and nails done to see me, she doesn't respect me as a man, which I won't entertain. Wow. Wow, boy. This was the girl's comment. The girl was like, lol, you're definitely not being serious. Respect you as a man, you know. Wow. Wow.
That was a perfect response though, so.
Does a woman need to get her hair and nail done to respect you as a man? Or is respect reciprocal? And he says that if she's getting her hair and nail done, you better make sure you've got your barber on speed dial. Make sure your shape-up is on point. Because obviously there needs to be a two-way thing of it.
I think that's something that, you know, that goes without saying. I think saying it is disrespectful to her because it implies that she wouldn't have done it already, that she's not well kept already. So it's like saying, oh,
wow, that's a bit. That's another.
It's like giving her the heads up that, oh, before you come see me, go and do this. It's like, imagine you're gonna go on a date and the woman is like, oh, by the way, just know you're paying for the bill that you have to pay for. You'll be like, what? You know, that's something that goes without saying. You think those things in your head, but you don't tell her directly because it's somewhat disrespectful to her. If you have to tell her to do it and she does it, does that mean that she respects you? I don't think so, because if she respects you, she would have done it without being prompted to do it.
Even if she does do it, it still doesn't show that she respects you. Respect is just something that is just in you, like, oh, I respect you. But why does the girl have to respect the guy? Why can't he be the guy also respecting the girl?
If you are going for a job interview, you go to the job interview in bedroom slippers, pajamas. Do you think you're ready for the job?
I feel that job interview is a good analogy because a job, you know, an employer is not going to tell you, oh, by the way, wear a suit.
But you know already.
But you already know what's up. So it's one of those unspoken laws that you just have to come, you know, dress how you want to be addressed.
What you're missing out here is the word respect. To the guy, her dressing up shows she respects him. But dressing up, does that necessarily mean she respects him? Because she could just dress up and still not respect him.
The thing is with texting as well, you can misunderstand the tonality because there isn't any there. This guy is saying, doesn't respect me as a man. He's not talking to his daughter, he's not talking to some little girl, he's talking to someone within the context of the conversation they were having and what he was feeling at the time. You haven't given any of that. You haven't given what the girl said before. You haven't been able to see what the conversation was leading down to, because to get that kind of response, there had to be some kind of flow of conversation.
What kind of flow of conversation would lead to that?
She could have been like, what do you generally expect on a date? What are your expectations during a date? What kind of standards do you have? So that would have been a perfect response in that sense.
Even if she asks that, to say, if you don't get your nails and hair done, you don't respect me.
It's not necessarily about the nails and the hair. It's about putting in effort. I'm gonna put in effort to make sure I look good for you. If you don't put any effort to look good for me, you obviously don't respect my time.
Wow.
You don't respect my presence.
There are loads of places where how much you value the people around you there, or how much you value what you may be getting when you go there, it depends on how you present yourself. If you go somewhere and you don't seem to have put in the effort, as you said about bedroom slippers to a job interview, you don't really seem to care. And it's those unspoken things that will get to a person a bit emotionally. When a woman really likes a guy, she wants to make a very good impression.
I think it goes back to that effort you were talking about. If the girl's getting that done, in terms of she's going through that effort, you as a guy, you also need to be putting that effort too.
I think a big part that we're missing is it depends on
Wait, before
where
you
you're taking it. The reason I say location is a huge thing is because, for example, if you say, okay, we're going on a first date and we're going, fishing.
fair
Something
enough.
like that. For example,
Fair enough.
like she's not gonna really make herself up and wear her finest clothing because she
Yeah.
knows where she's going. Doesn't require that. I don't necessarily think it's disrespect. I think the disrespect creeps in where it's a case of you tell her, oh, this is where we're going, and she shows up
In
and
a-
she
Not suitable.
and she didn't.
Yeah.
Then it's a case of, oh, she doesn't respect either your time, your
Yeah,
preference.
of course.
I definitely don't think it's something you need to remind her. If it's something you need to remind her, that's probably not the right girl for you. You're probably on two different wavelengths. She doesn't understand, etiquette of dress code. And even with that being said, if it's a first date and it's a case of you're going to maybe an outdoor activity or something that doesn't require you to make up, she should still, subtly wear her best play clothes.
It's-
Something that she can still look flattering.
Disrespect is a strong word. When I say don't respect me, I'm thinking more of what the contributor said, saying that the importance of where you're going and the person you're going to meet will determine how you're going to put up, what kind of effort you're going to put in. So just because you don't put in a massive effort, it doesn't mean you disrespected me. But I will sense that, this person could have put in that effort and they didn't. That says a lot to me.
What about in a scenario where maybe they're not very good at their makeup, or they don't have a very good dress sense?
Well, maybe that's
So maybe they're good looking and they're your spec, but they don't know how to, really maximize their potential.
You're not going to know who a person is and what they're like on the first date. You're not going to know. But most of the time when we meet someone, maybe we've gone out to a party or something, she is looking nice. You're going to have an idea. And that's how you're going to pick her in the first place. If you see her looking like this at this party, and then when you go on your first date, she looks less than that, that's going to say something to me. I don't know about you.
the nails, the makeup and stuff, that doesn't really determine your relationship with the girl. Just because she didn't do her hair and nails, you're just gonna cut off the relationship like that.
You've just met this person, and when you don't know somebody, what you do around them is a direct reflection of who they are. You need to know somebody first, and there has to be a comfort level.
Yeah. But I feel by reminding the girl, it's a case of you're not allowing her to show you who she really is. So I feel it's a good indicator to let her really show you what she was going to wear, as opposed to telling her, oh, you need to wear this, or you need to do that.
I suspect that what probably triggered this girl is the last phrase in the text is, doesn't respect me as a man.
Nah,
That's
that's what it is.
It just seems uncalled for.
That
Yeah.
might even be showing level of authority as well. Like,
Yeah, he's trying to,
she might be thinking, wow, this guy's a bit.
Aggressive.
Let me try and quickly avoid this guy before, because if you're saying about nails and makeup, only God knows what you'd be saying next.
If that guy wanted to phrase it in a way that was somewhat acceptable to her, I think he should have taken the humorous route of make
definitely.
it like a joke.
Nah,
and then
it
she'll be
should've.
like, oh, don't worry, I'll be looking my best.
Yeah.
When you're texting, there's no tonality.
Yeah.
It could be a level of tonality in the sense that obviously,
Add a lol or something.
exactly, like you said, people do
Yeah.
take things differently. But most times, if you want a level of tonality in text, you just put LOL. In your mind, you know already what you're doing in it. You mean it as a serious thing, but you've done it in a joking way where they're not taking you serious, but in your mind, you better make sure you wear your. but because you put that lol, I'm not gonna lie, lol solves a lot of problems.
It's
It goes back to what you're saying about, even though you're thinking it, you don't necessarily have to say it. Obviously, the first day you meet her, she's not wearing makeup or doing that, then you start thinking, oh wow, so is this how you are? It's up to you now whether you want to progress the process of application or you want to withdraw. So it's totally up to you.
For someone to say that, because bear in mind, this girl, you said that she responded laughing, yeah?
Nah, gee, that was not a laugh.
No.
It was lol, but it was one of those
Exactly, like, you must
lol,
be
like,
crazy.
yo,
Yeah.
oh my god.
It depends on the kind of vibe you have as a person. Not all of us are looking for our wives as soon as we meet a woman. We're just having fun. Sometimes when a guy meets a girl, he knows, right, it's not gonna be serious with you. So the way I speak to you, we're just having fun.
If you're thinking that way, then there should be that level of expectance of her doing her nails.
But look at the conversation, yeah? What this person gave was basically an explanation. So there was a conversation that led to a further, because that kind of response, that's a broken down explanation of something. That means beforehand she wasn't getting what was being explained, so he had to go into explaining it. And maybe the tonality not being there caused her to think, whoa, what the hell is this person talking about?
A girl, you know, making herself up and making herself look the best she can physically is equivalent to you taking her to a nice place and paying the bill.
Yeah.
You know, you're showing her what you can provide. You're introducing her to a lifestyle.
Not
that
necessarily,
look,
not necessarily.
No, listen.
Making a girl out of these, it's not difficult. Anyone can do it.
No one's saying it's difficult.
No, anyone
Sorry,
can do
you.
it.
It's not difficult.
Hold on.
It's not difficult.
The reason why I'm saying that it's not difficult or it's not hard is because you taking a girl out to Shard or Mayfair, that could just be a one-off thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can provide.
At the same time, you know, she can go and wear her best makeup, but then you see her the next day and it's a completely different person. So my point is, you know, everyone puts their best foot forward. So if you're taking her to these nice places and she's coming in tracksuit, you would just assume that's her best foot, and from there you make your judgment.
On a first date, I'm not really expecting you to get dressed up and this. I don't even know who you are. Again, it's the effort that you put in that kind of determines, you know, what you're thinking about the person, as I've said.
From what I can take from this conversation, or from what you guys have said, I think it's that effort that the guy is looking for.
Do you think your effort has changed based on how much you value the woman that you were going to date?
I value every woman in it, so I always put in. I try and put in as much effort as I can. Obviously, it depends on how serious I am with the girl itself.
On a first date, you can't know how serious you are.
No. But obviously, before we even go on the first date, you don't be talking to the girl.
The seriousness, you know,
Comes after.
You get that from, you know, the girl herself. Two clear lanes for me. Like, if I know this girl is a Naija babe who I know, like, you know, I can actually marry and could be the mother of my kids, potentially, if everything, you know, turns out the right way. Yeah, because I mean, regardless of what they look like, you know, there's certain qualities that you take into account. So from that, you can already attain whether they can potentially be a partner or whether you're just trying to smash. That determines whether you're going to Nando's or you're going somewhere else, and you're gonna dress up nicely and, you know, really put your best foot forward.
Tonality can be misconstrued when it isn't there. You know, it's left to the imagination, and it can look hard. No matter what kind of woman you come into contact with, you're going to be spending time and money. You're going to be investing energy, so it has to be something that is worth it to you personally.
Just to second what Earl said, you have to learn to look at these dates and whatnot as an investment. And if you don't see a future, there's no reason you should invest. Vice versa for the girl.
Obviously, you've heard it. It's your boy, MrCV.
It's your boy, MrCV 2.0.
These kind of conversations, they can be taken out of context, but obviously it depends on how you as an individual view it. Let me know what you think as well in the comment section. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right there. It's your boy, MrCV. Make sure you like, subscribe and share, and obviously keep supporting the channel.